Hey there, stackers, hoarders, Wall Street Bets degenerates, prospectors. You're all welcome here. Thanks for joining. I'm going to talk about what happened with silver. I'm going to start to peel the onion on what actually drove all of this behavior. What we saw was a spike in the price of silver today. We reached as high as $9.50 an ounce, $30 an ounce on the ask. It's back down a bit. We're still high though. It's no GME or AMC trip to the moon, but I wanted to unpack how this all happened, and then that can take us back. Taking us back to there is going to give us a little more context on what we think will actually happen moving forward. The media has been all over the place on what's actually going on, and the other thing I found is that the media is about a day behind on every story they're saying, whether it's false or true. So let me show you what I've seen, what I've unpacked. Let me just start off with a very quick recap. Right, started with the hedge fund managers shorting GME, AMC, failing companies. COVID has destroyed them, and the Redditors on Wall Street Bets. They do crazy things. They always have been, but they just happened to coalesce around GME and AMC, and they successfully squeezed that short. So if we look at the first post on Reddit that triggered the silver squeeze, it all started, well, at least chatter about the silver squeeze, it all started with this post. And this post came out 5 days ago on Wednesday, 8 a.m. Pacific time. And this was a very popular post. It's since been removed, which we'll talk about why in a minute. But 14,000 people upvoted this. All these shiny awards, which always means it's a popular thing and people like it. And this says the biggest short squeeze in the world, SLV. Silver $25 to $1,000. So we already have some kind of deceptive ideas here. SLV does not equal silver. Anyone who's been looking at silver the past few days knows that. And it goes on with a lot of justifications, which are fairly persuasive on why you can short silver. And I still think you could. It just obviously hasn't happened yet, and there's other reasons why it probably won't. But a lot of information put there. This was Wednesday, and it's important to note too that the timing of this was precisely the same time they were really squeezing the hedge funds. Look here. So this was Tuesday. Wednesday is when it all went crazy. Here's the climate we're in. We're seeing what they did to GME AMC. And so they're seeing people get hopeful. Now, that particular post was quickly echoed by other posts later that same day. This other post is absolutely correct. Here's even more reasons why. It can be, go to the moon, SLV. Now, the next place I saw this bleed over was Silverbugs. So I'm in a unique position personally because I'm a millennial, but I'm kind of an old soul. And so I'm into silver, but I'm also into tech and things like Reddit boards. And so I'm hearing the chatter on both sides of this story. And this is where it started in the Silverbugs, which I've followed for a while and enjoyed. It's a great community. Legitimate question. What would happen to the price of silver if WSB turned its attention to it? People started to talk about this. When I first saw this, I have to admit, I said, this is never going to happen. And it still hasn't happened, but everyone is reacting as if it's going to happen. And so those same posts about silver being the biggest short squeeze in the world got reposted on Silverbugs, and the echo also got reposted to Silverbugs. Back to our timeline here. You've got this minority that appears to be pretty persuasive within the Wall Street Bets talking about silver. Well, what happened next? The media, they picked right up on that, and they said, hey, guess what, everybody? Wall Street Bets they're gonna pump up silver next. They're gonna squeeze it. And those articles went everywhere, and everyone read that, and that's really what drove everyone to start buying silver and effectively driving their price up. That was on Friday. So Friday goes by, we hit Saturday. I do a video about basically concluding that silver is not going to shoot up to the moon, but it'll probably increase. Shortly after I post that video, someone shares on my video that, hey, Ampex, they've shut down. They're not selling anymore. And so I went to JM Bullion, which is the place I usually go, and they weren't shut down, but all they were selling is junk like they have on sale right now, like these colorized Star Trek silver coins for, the great price of $70. Ridiculous, right? This is what's great about Ampex. The message they put up: due to unprecedented demand on physical silver products, we are unable to accept any additional orders until markets open on Sunday evening. So I think what they really meant to say was, due to unprecedented demand on physical silver products, we're unwilling to sell them to you at the current market prices, and we're going to wait until markets open Sunday evening and let the Asian markets push the price up because we are capitalists. The end. That's really what they meant. So Ampex, you could just be a little more real with us. You don't have to lie. JM Bullion, on the other hand, they were a little more tricksy with it. They just decided, hey, we'll just show that we're sold out on everything, which everything that's, bullion are worth buying, and then we'll just put all our collector pieces up, which was a complete lie, because as soon as Asian markets opened and the price of silver jumped up to about 28, all of a sudden they started selling bullion again. So Monday rolls around, and what happens? Well, everyone rushes to Ampex, to JM Bullion, to ST Bullion, and they start going to their local coin shops. And then we start seeing pictures like this, which I did drive by my local coin shop at lunchtime. There were a few people in line, and I've never ever seen that. That was Saturday. Sunday rolls around, and this shows up on Reddit, on Wall Street Bets. This shows up Sunday morning, Pacific time, 9 a.m. Citadel is the 5th largest owner of SLV. It's imperative we do not squeeze it. These are hedge funds, bots, spamming awards. 92,000 upvotes. This is clearly the prevailing opinion on Wall Street Bets. This leads to the removal of the original post back here about the biggest short squeeze in the world, and starts to solidify, the hive mind and the prevailing opinion on Wall Street Bets. Now, they point out correctly that Citadel is a major investor in silver, and Citadel is one of the enemies that they're trying to squeeze out of GME. And this is followed up on early Monday morning with stop buying SLV, and you can read the rest. Here's some charts that show you're inversing GameStop. You're hurting GameStop. My point is, on Monday, the Redditors had backed out of silver. They're not in it anymore. But we're still seeing garbage articles online Monday, like this one. It says silver jumps 11%. As Reddit traders try their squeeze play with the metal. It was never their squeeze play. It was an idea. And the squeeze is not coming from them. It's coming from these people and the people online. Bought up a good portion of the stock. And then more media lies later about how inventories have sold out. This is the JM Bullion guy saying the inventories are out. No, they're not. They've got stuff. You can buy Goldbacks. You can buy American Silver Eagles. You have to pay a lot. You can buy Sunshine Mints. They got stuff. They're just charging a lot. So why are they going online saying they don't have stuff when they have stuff? Well, because they're making a lot of money. That's my guess. So in the end, you've got this weird cause and effect where, because of what the Redditors did to GME and what a few of them whispered about SLV, it effectively drove the price of SLV up. We're all buying. And now the real question is, are these people going to sell? All of these silver stackers and other people buying physical, the people buying paper, yeah, they'll probably sell. But I mean, this might send silver on an upward trend, or it might just bounce back down. And we're already seeing, wow, just since I started this video, we're down to 28.33. So I guess I it would be a bit disingenuous for me to say I knew this was going to happen at the beginning of the video, because I didn't. But in the 20 minutes or so it took me to film this, 28:33, there's your ask right now. So it's my opinion that the majority of what's happened is the silver community was spooked into buying, and the supply will probably recover and the price will probably go back down. But it's a crazy economy. I just think the least likely scenario right now is some kind of silver squeeze. There's my take. What else have you been looking at? What other information do you think is relevant to this discussion? Put it in the comments. Love to hear from you. And if you haven't, please subscribe. If you watched this whole video, you should subscribe so you can see more of them. Hope you have a great day tomorrow. Enjoy the show and stay tuned. We'll talk again soon.